Oh, Nick should be abolished.
No, you keep saying.
Well, can't you use your ambassadorial influence? Speak to someone.
I thought I had any, I would.
Oh. Have these people no sense of decency? Cochrane. When was this? Shit. Has Brian been told? No, I'll get there right away, yeah. Bye. Oh.
What is it?
That was security from the site. Someone's got into a compound, opened the valves in one of the fuel tanks. 2,000 gallons of Derv have gone into the river.
Oh, God.
Oh. I'll have to get down there before the environmental people, see if I can limit the damage.
The environment or your beloved road?
Bless from this woman. Hey, can I hijack your bar? You're wonderful.
I love you! I love you.
Heavy though at Temple Oak Bridge, heavy on the Green Hills Road towards Tala Village. The M50 Fairhouse Road coming off that exit, that's heavy as well. So too Kilmainham, delays from James Husband as far as Kilmainham Cross. It's been that way all evening. Just two other things to mention. In Tipperary, if you're on the N7, there's roadworks operating at Tumavari, just near Nina there. And also roadworks causing a problem for traffic on the North Road, leaving Finglas heading to Ashburn. Of course, temporary light supplied out at Kilmainham Cross. Ian McKeever, RSN.
Call Today FM now and have your say.
All right, take it easy. Come on.
Are you busy today?
Tipping away.
Okay. Any real awkward customers you had to deal with lately?
Oh no, I'm on holiday. This is my first day back after 2 weeks.
Where'd you go?
I was in Killarney and the coast.
You went far.
What?
You went far.
Oh, very.
Listen,
And I got beautiful weather.
oh, excellent. We have 3 songs we need you to identify. We got 3 great CDs that we want to give you. What are the 3 songs?
I can't remember the last time I was on a bicycle.
Well, surely as a young girl in the leafy lanes of Sussex.
I didn't grow up in Sussex.
Oh, I'm sorry, Harriet. I always had this image of you.
Well, you're wrong. I was brought up in Lancashire, Kevin. The lanes are not leafy and the hills are very steep.
Well, I'm afraid to say I can't remember the last time I rode a bike either.
Oh, I can. Yesterday. I cycled from home in Richmond to the House of Lords, then on to a meeting at the Sports Council.
I'm sorry, Ambassador. Something's cropped up. Could I have a word?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Will you excuse me?
Yeah.
Then on to Covent Garden for lunch.
What?
Take this, give me a call, we'll have a drink sometime. Lovely to meet you. Cheers.
Strictly business, John?
Absolutely.
Ooh, that's a pity. I do hope you aren't going off women.
There's always that possibility.
You just need to be a little more selective.
We have just heard that the new Minister for Sport is on his way out after all. He wants to be here for the start of the Tour de France.
How's Lord Bell going to feel about that?
Lord Bell believes it was largely due to his own efforts when in office that the Tour de France has been brought to other countries.
He won't want his successor stealing his thunder. I see.
And I'm afraid there's already bad blood between them. There was that unfortunate incident.
Look, what they do in London is their own business. But Lord Bell's already staying at the residence, and if Jack Carlson wants to come out, I'm obliged to offer him hospitality.
Well, quite. I mean, we have been trying to persuade Mr. Carlson to stay in a hotel, but so far to no avail whatsoever.
Please, could you try harder, Stephen? Otherwise, I'm going to be the one who ends up staying in a hotel. Have you seen Michael Cochrane?
No, he hasn't arrived yet.
But you don't have to whisper anymore, Stephen. My relationship is right out in the open.
Of course, I'm listening.
It won't be long then.
We should have a deal later today.
And then?
As soon as they've wired it through, I'll let you know. We'll fix up a time to drop your share.
Give us a hand here, will you? Luncheon is served, Mr. Cochrane.
Any news?
Better than you deserve. You're lucky there are people of goodwill out there who want to get you out of this.
What do you mean, lucky?
Seems your insurance company have been very cooperative.
I'm not surprised, considering the premiums I pay them.
I think you'll find they were cheap at the price.
I'm sorry, I'm obviously not putting this very well. The point is, since Lord Bell is already staying at the residence...
Bugger Bell. I want to stay at the residence. Let him find alternative digs. The ambassador's residence, please.
Anything else before I go, Ambassador?
No, I don't think so, thanks, Susan.
Good night, then.
Good night.
This is Michael Cochran. I can't come to the phone at the moment. Please leave a message and I'll get right back to you.
Mr. Carson's arrived. I'm afraid there was no stopping him.
I see. Does Lord Bell know?
Yes. I'm afraid they both want to have breakfast with you.
Ah, only one thing for it then.
2 breakfasts.
Oh, has Michael phoned?
No, were you expecting him?
No, just wondered.
Of course, I'd hate to overstate my own small part in getting the Tour de France out of France and into other countries. Je sans frontières and all that.
Quite.
But I can't say I won't feel a little pride when the Irish leg starts outside Trinity. One can't help but feel sorry for Carson. It's not going to be easy for him to have to stand back and watch a celebration of his predecessor's hard work.
You know, in the end, I think we'll all see it as a celebration.
I'm afraid the consul doesn't take appointments till 9.
I'm sorry, this is urgent.
In what way?
My husband's missing.
Well, if you'd like to wait outside, I'll see if she's got a moment.
She damn well better have.
Good morning, I'm the consul. May I help you?
Yes, my husband's missing. He arranged for me to come over from London yesterday afternoon. When I got to his office, he wasn't there. I've rung his mobile, I've tried his friends.
Have you spoken to the Gardaí?
They've taken down the details, notified the RUC in case he's gone north of the border.
But obviously you're not reassured.
No, I'm not. His office are being really shifty.
Okay. Tell me his name.
Michael Cochran.
Of course, it's only natural they want the current Minister for Sport on the podium rather than just some old... Well, of course, I wouldn't dream of calling Bella has-been, but, well, you know what I mean. You want a kipper?
You don't think that perhaps there's a place for both the future and the past on an occasion like this?
Oh, sure. But as I said when they asked me about the seating arrangements, the future should be at the front.
Sorry to intrude.
No, that's all right, Ellie.
Someone to see you, Ambassador. Seems quite urgent.
Ah. Oh, would you excuse me a moment, Mr. Carson? And just in case I don't get back, enjoy the rest of your breakfast.
Thank you, Ambassador.
Brilliant, Ellie.
Ambassador.
Catherine, what is it?
Michael Cochran's disappeared.
What?
I'm sure he's fine, but, his wife's just been to my office.
Ex-wife?
Well, estranged, apparently. Anyway, it seems he asked her to come out here from London yesterday afternoon. She arrived and she can't find him.
Well, surely his office know where he is.
His managing director says he may have flown back to England on Monday afternoon, but the airlines have no record of him travelling. His housekeeper says he was expecting a visitor on Monday night, but she'd no idea who.
Me. I was with him on Monday night.
It's no surprise to me that Michael has a girlfriend. You know her, don't you? What's she like?
Julia.
Oh, Brian. This is Miss Grieve, the British consul. This is Brian Shaw.
How do you do?
It's about Mr. Cochrane.
It's very good of you to come over here, but I'm sure Michael's fine.
So where do you think he is?
Exeter, Bradford, Dumfries. We've 3 other major construction projects underway. He could be on any one of them.
And you're positive he wasn't in touch with you or this office yesterday morning?
Yes.
I have information that he was in Dublin on Monday night and that he went to the roadside early yesterday.
Well, that's not true.
There was a serious incident of vandalism. He went to deal with it himself.
What?
What's going on, Brian?
Nothing's going on.
Brian, tell me.
He's been kidnapped. Julia, you mustn't worry. This kind of thing happens all the time. It's just a question of sorting out some money.
And is that what those men are doing?
Yes. Kidnap insurance is essential these days.
It may happen all the time, Mrs. Cochrane, but in this country it is illegal to negotiate with kidnappers.
So what? So long as it works, there's no harm done.
Give it until tomorrow, will you?
Look, we were certain we'd have a deal today.
There's an insurance company involved. It takes time to organise...
During which time they could have gone to the guards.
You know what these bastards are like. I'm sure there isn't a problem. Really.
Then why the hell doesn't he ring?
Don't turn around.
It seems the kidnappers want an answer tonight. Still, the people who are trying to broker his release are very experienced.
Well, that's something. I appreciate you're doing all this, Catherine.
I'm sorry to dump this in your lap now. I just don't feel I have any alternative.
No, you don't.
The important thing is there isn't really anything on paper yet. All I know is that the insurance company have sent people over. I can't be sure that any negotiations have actually begun, and therefore whether a crime has been committed.
But surely they must have begun.
Well, who knows? But obviously the ambassador can now play it in whatever way she thinks best.
Yes. Thank you, Catherine.
So what do you intend to do, Ambassador?
Well, it sounds like it'll all be over before I do anything.
But you can't be thinking of letting this negotiation continue.
I've only just heard about this. I don't think anything yet.
But what's happening is illegal. Surely you have no alternative but to inform the Guardian immediately. Suppose it came out afterwards that the British ambassador had broken the law.
I don't actually remember asking for your opinion, Stephen.
You don't think I'm wrong?
I just don't need you to tell me about it.
I'm sorry?
Susan? Get me Mr. Flaherty on the phone, will you?
Of course, Ambassador.
I'm sorry, Kevin. I don't even know if negotiations are properly underway yet, but I contacted you as soon as I knew.
No, we're very grateful. The Gardaí have suspected we've had a gang of this kind here for some time now. Inspector.
It's run by a man called Reardon. But when none of the companies will talk to us, what can we do? You're the first person who's had the guts to tell us about it.
Yes. Well, you've certainly done the right thing, Harriet.
Well, what are you going to do? We mustn't put the victim's life at risk.
As far as the kidnappers are concerned, nothing has changed. Inspector Donnelly here will get the insurers to keep the negotiations going.
I see.
We'll set up intensive surveillance on Reardon. If it is him, he's bound to make contact with them sooner or later. And then we go in.
Now, please don't worry yourself too much. We can deal with this.
I'll keep you up to date, Minister.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ambassador.
Thank you, Inspector. All right, Kevin.
Yeah. Harriet, Michael Cochrane is a friend of yours, isn't he?
Yes.
A close friend.
Yes.
Well, you have done the right thing.
Thank you, Kevin.
Well, you must have a name. Go on, give us a name. Any name will do.
Call me Sean.
Do you ever think about roads, Sean?
What?
Ah, of course you don't. You're like the rest of humanity. You see a road as a means of getting from Carrickmacross to Castle Blaney.
Is that a fact?
But if you think about a modern road, with its bends and cambers, its bridges and intersections, it's more than just a modern miracle. It's a work of art, Sean.
You're a nutcase, Corcoran.
Do you mind if I ask you a personal question?
What's that?
Have you got a gun?
As a matter of fact, I have.
Can I ask you another personal question?
What's that?
Have you ever used it?
Of course I have.
Sorry.
Okay, we can relax.
What's up?
We got the call. There was a bit of a hold-up, but the money's gone through. As soon as we have our share, you're free.
Good to see old Kevin again on Tuesday.
Yes.
Kevin?
Kevin Flaherty, Minister for External
Oh,
Affairs.
yes, Kevin. A very forward-looking man, I thought. Very interested in my plans for expanding the Tour de France on a more global level.
Your plan?
Kevin's an excellent minister. Do you know, I'm dreading the thought of a cabinet reshuffle. I could not do without him.
This is it. He's got the money. You ready? If this is the handover, he's going to be nervous.
Raise it 10.
You sure you got it?
I will have in a few hours.
Or are you just looking over my shoulder?
Well, don't look over yours to find out.
See you.
Two per.
Yours.
Told me I was mad. He said, laundrettes are a thing of the past. Do you know what I said to him? Why don't you just piss off? Will that be yours?
Blue jacket, white bag coming your way, Phil. Wait for it. Wait on, Reardon. Let him get out of sight. Go.
Well?
The leader of the gang was arrested this morning. Unfortunately, the Gardaí thought the handover had taken place and moved in too soon. I'm afraid we may have alerted the kidnappers.
I see.
Quick! Tell me what's going on. Shut up and get into the car. Come on, get into the car. Shit!
But I didn't see you properly.
You can't do this! You're already
very sorry, Harriet.
No need to apologise, Kevin.
But you trusted me.
I'm sure the Gardaí did everything they could.
But Cochrane is still a hostage.
Is his life in danger?
He's the kidnapper's only asset. Now, Reardon is still being questioned, and he may know where they've moved Michael to.
Let's hope so.
And, of course, there's always the possibility that they might decide to cut their losses and release Michael unharmed.
Of course, yeah.
It wasn't your face he saw.
So what? If we let him go, it's not as if we're ever likely to see him again, is it?
There's nothing more to talk about.
And what do we do then?
We'll worry about that later, all right?
You mean they've screwed up?
But there's no reason to believe his life's in immediate danger.
Of course it is. These people are thugs. If they can't sell him back to us, they've no possible use for him alive, have they? Why did your bloody consul have to involve the police?
That was my decision.
Yours?
I had no choice. I have a public responsibility.
This is my husband's life we're talking about.
I understand how distressing this must be for you.
Just because we're separated doesn't mean to say we've stopped loving each other.
Is there a possibility that you might get back together again?
I'm not a fool. In fact, he wanted me over here so we could talk about a divorce. What is this? Marriage guidance?
Look, I'm in no position to give you that. Michael and I are having a relationship.
What? I knew he had a girlfriend, but you were the one who risked his life. If you hadn't interfered and
Believe me, I bitterly regret it.
And why didn't you report him missing?
I don't own him.
Don't own him? You obviously don't love him either.
Come on, out of the car. Out of the car. Come on, on your knees.
What are you doing?
On your knees.
You can't do this. Shut up. Look, I didn't see you properly.
I said such a bloody noise!
Look, you don't know what you're doing.
Come on, just do it!
Listen to me. Listen to me. You don't know who you're killing.
Come on, do it,
We're having an affair with the British ambassador.
What?
That could be worth a bloody fortune to you.
Say that again.
I'm having an affair with the British ambassador.
You're screwing the ambassador?
Yes. Yes, it's true. It's true.
You're lying.
No. Only much more than that. Much more. We have a serious relationship.
Lies.
It's true. Believe me. Believe me. She'd do anything to get me out of this.
Suppose it's true.
Okay. Prove it. Phone her. Give me the phone.
Good morning, British Embassy.
Could I speak to the British ambassador, please?
Who's speaking, please?
Well, Michael Cochrane would like to talk with her.
Hold the line, please.
Tough cookie, but you can...
Ambassador, I have Michael Cochrane on the line.
Put him through. Michael?
How are you?
How are you?
I'm fine. I'm fine. Look, I'm sure you'll understand, my darling, that I can't talk for long.
I'll do whatever you want.
I thought we had a solution to this, but something went wrong. I don't know quite what it was, but it's very important that the people at this end are reassured that the people at your end care.
Yes, of course. We'll do whatever's necessary. We just want you safely back. Are you sure you're all right?
Yes, I'm fine, really. I love you, Harriet.
I love you too, Michael.
You'll be hearing from us. Right. Get into the car.
He sounded terrified.
What are you going to do?
Susan! Get me Inspector Donnelly on the phone.
I just don't see it. I don't see us phoning the bloody embassy, naming a price and expecting the Brits to just pay up.
So?
She's an ambassador. She's bound to call the cops. Why do you think they showed up last time?
You were the one who didn't want to kill him.
We don't have to kill him.
If we can't sell him, he's dead.
And we get done for murder.
What else can we do?
Excuse me, Ambassador. If you got a moment, I have some news.
It's all right, Ambassador. You go. So, are you both looking
We've had some information
big
from one
day
of our
tomorrow?
touts who's infiltrated a paramilitary group in the north.
What information?
Somebody's tried to sell them a hostage.
Michael.
They seem to think he'd make a pretty good bargaining counter with the government.
Is he all right?
Well, in their words, the goods are undamaged.
Thank God.
Now, in the present circumstances, the group in question aren't really interested in buying right now. But what we can do is this. We can get our tout to pretend that the answer's yes, set up a handover, and get Michael delivered to us instead.
How quickly can you set that up?
We could set the ball rolling tonight.
So they're north of the border?
Yeah. So any potential security problems, purely a British affair. There's no need to involve Flaherty or the Gardaí.
Security problem?
Sorry?
John, this isn't about a security problem. This is about a man's life.
Well, of course, but if they'd managed to sell him to some paramilitary group down here...
I thought your concern here was to get him out of this alive.
It is.
Is it? Really? You know, you've already tried to force him out of my life, and don't think that I don't realise you would rather him disappear altogether.
Yes.
And to avoid political embarrassment, your colleagues would rather see him dead than in the hands of the paramilitaries.
Now, that's unfair.
Is it? I admit, yes, that I feel very strongly here because I have a relationship with Michael. But have you any idea how difficult it is for me to stand by and let other people deal with this while I waste my time with feuding politicians and watching stupid bicycle races?
Harriet. We'll get him back.
You don't know that.
You don't seriously believe I won't do everything I can to get him out of this, do you? And this is me.
Shit.
Remember me?
Yes. I'm sorry. I better tell Julia Cochrane.
Only that there's hope, no more than that. And there's no need to inform the Gardaí either. Okay?
But the Gardaí have already got a tap on my office telephone. They're waiting for the kidnappers to phone me back.
Well, they haven't, have they?
I suppose not.
I'll keep you posted.
You've simply no idea of the work I put in at sport, have you?
No, but I've got a pretty good idea of the mess you left it in.
Gentlemen, please. I insist that you explain that remark.
Every initiative I come up with, it's always the same response from the Permanent Secretary. I'm sorry, Minister, but your predecessor's decisions make it impossible. I wanted to get this leg of the Tour de France raced in the UK, but oh no, I'm sorry, Minister, my hands are tied.
My hands are tied. Yes. He was always saying that to me, too. It was always my predecessor's fault. Supercilious little bastard.
Yeah, he is a bit, isn't he?
Some more of the good bottle, gentlemen.
We're moving you on tomorrow.
Where?
I've done a deal.
Well, someone's going to pay the ransom.
Sort of.
You've sold me, haven't you?
Looks important.
Could be.
Big date.
I really could live without jokes about that rape charge, you know?
I wouldn't dream of making a joke about it.
Good.
You're still annoyed with me, aren't you?
No, just, I've really got to go.
Morning, Susan.
Good morning, Ambassador.
Get me Julia Cochrane on the phone, please.
It's engaged. I'll keep trying.
Okay.
Good morning, Inspector. Good morning.
Ambassador.
Inspector Donnelly. Come in. May I have a seat?
Thank you. I just wanted to ask you if you'd heard any more from the kidnappers.
No, I haven't.
Seems odd. They establish you're willing to pay and then don't get back to you.
Yes, I'm afraid I can't explain that.
We've been digging up all of Reardon's known contacts, but I really don't think we're going to get any more either from them or from him. You're our only real solid lead.
Well, I give you my word that they haven't been in touch with me.
Thank you for your time.
Ambassador, I have Julia Cochrane on line 2.
These people you're handing me over to, what are they like?
Dedicated professionals. Just like you and me.
Oh, you know them then?
You don't really think I'm going to answer that, do you?
Do you know what they intend to do with me?
No.
Or how they'd react if they couldn't get what they wanted for me?
Who's to say? You'll just have to hope that your lover uses her influence and it doesn't come to that, won't you?
Well, she didn't last time. She contacted the police, didn't she?
There's no other way out, Cochrane. You know what the alternative is. I need a piss.
Sorry. Decision's not mine.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Don't miss your coat.
Come on, Vicky. Come in.
How on earth did you do it?
Well, it was last night, really. We had a very forthright discussion and ended up on excellent terms.
Clearly due to your presence. So thank you for covering for me at the Phoenix Park this morning.
Ah.
Huh?
Sorry, gentlemen.
We weren't exactly up to speed this morning.
You missed the opening ceremony?
We missed the whole race.
Lovely.
Beat. All right, this is the meeting point here. This is where they're going to make the exchange.
Yeah, whatever way they leave, you've got it covered, haven't you?
Absolutely.
Kevin?
Harriet, I've just had a call from Inspector Donnelly. She's concerned there's been developments in the Michael Cochrane case that you're not telling us about.
I told her they haven't contacted me.
But you know something, don't you? Now, Harriet, I appreciate you're in a difficult position.
All I know is that he's being held north of the border, and that makes it a matter for the British authorities alone.
Have further negotiations with the kidnappers taken place?
Under the circumstances, that's a question I prefer not to answer.
And why not?
This is out of your jurisdiction, Kevin. If any law has been broken, it's not an Irish one.
Oh, but Irish laws have been broken. And if they get away with this, no doubt they'll do so again. I really think you have an obligation to tell me what's going on.
Oh, look.
Well expected.
No, come on, please.
Come on, don't start that again.
Please, please.
Make it easy on yourself. Mind your head. You drive.
Ambassador, why are you doing this? We had no choice but to involve the Gardaí.
I'm not blaming you for that.
You must tell me what's going on. The need for cross-border cooperation is greater now than it's ever been. You must see that.
Of course I do.
Then don't destroy the trust that's been built up between us. It could take years to rebuild.
Here we go.
Okay, wait here a minute.
Happy?
Just give it a minute. What the...
Shut up!
Let me out!
Shut up, Cochrane!
Cochrane's in the back of the car.
Come on, boys, come on!
Shut up, Cochrane!
Drive off, will you?
Tommy,
We can't like this! Shut up!
Jesus! Just get down and be quiet!
Ah! I don't believe this!
Jesus Christ.
Just shut up!
Why have we stopped?
It's the border. We can't go any further.
I can.
We're okay.
Hello, try and get the Guardian onto this, will you? Well, at least try, okay?
Believe this. Believe this. What's going after us?
Slow down, Sean! Slow down!
I'm not slowing down! Just shut up and hold tight!
Just hang on!
Armed Gardaí, put the gun down. You're covered from all sides. Put down your weapon.
Come on, let's go! Let's go! Come on! Come on, keep going. Out of the car! Come on, get out of the car!
Put down the weapon. All the roads are blocked.
Okay, move! Get down the road!
There's no point!
I said move!
All the roads are blocked off behind me!
Minister, how will this affect relations with the North?
I think the authorities on both sides of the border are agreed. This has been a remarkable example of cross-border cooperation. Of course, there was one minor injury to an innocent bystander, but we understand he's well on the mend now. Okay, thank you. Yes.
Minister.
Minor injury. The entry wound's neat enough, I'll grant him. The exit wound's a bloody mess.
I really am sorry, John.
Ah, don't be.
I'm just so grateful for what you did.
I'm not sure what I did do exactly.
You pursued them single-handed.
Yeah, then I got out of the car, let some idiot shoot me. Brilliant.
I think it was a little bit more than that.
Okay. I'll give in. I'm a hero. You tell that to Flaherty. Oh, and by the way, you'd no business telling her about that operation in the first place.
I know. But if I hadn't, the Gardaí wouldn't have been there. And you'd have no business being alive.
Yeah.
Mr. Cochrane, I'm afraid she's not back from the hospital yet.
I see.
Well, she shouldn't be long if you want to wait.
Yes, I'll wait in the park.
As you wish.
How is Mr. Stone?
We're doing well, apparently.
Good.
Not mobile already.
I got shot in the shoulder, not the leg. Anyway, I wouldn't call staggering around this padded cell exactly mobile.
Good. I prefer a captive audience.
You're going to entertain me, are you?
Why, is that such a terrible idea?
The only entertainment I need is a good drink. And sadly, you can't get that in here.
No, but you can get it out there. Now. Shall we start again?
Michael? I wanted to come and see you in the hospital last night, but they said it would be better if I didn't.
It's all right. It's all right, really.
Are you okay?
Oh, I'm as bruised as hell, actually. How about you?
I'm just relieved.
I don't feel I've quite landed yet.
No, of course not. It'll take some time. What are you going to do tonight? You going to the house?
Probably, yeah.
Would you like me to come back with you? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to crowd you.
No, you're not crowding me, Harriet. I'm just surprised you even want to talk to me.
What do you mean? Michael?
I used our relationship to save my neck.
Well, that's nothing to be ashamed of.
I know that it is.
If you hadn't, I'd have been absolutely devastated.
It doesn't matter what you think, Harriet. I've involved you with criminals and terrorists. I've totally compromised your position.
Now, look, if you think that you've let me down, just think about what I did. Your life was at stake, but all that was at stake for me was my job. And when it came to the crunch, I behaved as an ambassador first and as a lover second. You could have died.
Now, if you knew that I had forgiven you for that, now, would that make you feel any better?
Do you want to end this relationship? Is that what it is?
I don't really know what I want. All I do know is that something's happened to me, something's changed. I don't know what it is. I mean, what I do know is that it's not something that I can share with you.
Not even given time?
I don't know.
Because I've changed too, Michael. I feel alive in a way that I haven't since David died. Because you've given me something. I don't want to lose it.
But would you have to lose it even if I wasn't here?
Maybe not. But I really do love you, Michael.
I know. I know.
What are you going to do?
I think I'll go back to England for a while.
When?
Tomorrow.
Oh. What about the road?
It'll be built just as well in my absence. It always could have been. It was never the only reason why I stayed anyway. And it wouldn't be the reason why I came back.
Is that a possibility?
I hope so. Is that all right for the moment?
Yes.
Bye, Harriet.
Bye.